Guys, my name is Shanzay. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today we're gonna be reading "Taking the Dumps" by Michelle Morgan, illustrated by Thomas Phillips. It's from Collins Big Cat. So, taking the dump. Chapter 1: In Trouble. Tig always tried to sit still. Tig always tried not to wiggle, but he just couldn't stay still. It seemed as if his head was filled of dreams, and his pants were filled of ants, and the school chairs were really hard. "Hey, have you heard a word I said Miss Simons. Oh yes, Miss. Oh yes, Miss," said Tig. "I have heard every word you said." "Well, what did I say?" "What did I say then?" Tig thought for a while. Tig thought for a moment. "Can you not remember, Miss?" he wondered. Miss Simons exploded. "Are you trying to be cheeky?" "No, Miss, I'm not trying to be cheeky at all," Tig protested. It was true. Tig never tried to be cheeky. He always tried to be a good boy. But things would never just work out for him. He had heard every word Miss Simon said. She said, "Tomorrow is book day. You can all dress up as a book character. There is a fantastic prize for the best costume. And please think carefully about your costumes. Last year, everyone came as pop singers. Try to be different." Imagine the whole school dressed up as pop singers. Next, think of all the lovely books you've read in school. Look, Miss Simons waved her hand at a display of books and posters. You could be a character from any of these books. You could be a detective, or a hobbit, or a superhero. Chapter 2: Little Boy Blue. Who's Little Boy Blue? We shall know now. All that day, Miss Simons went on and on about book day. You could dress up as a pirate, or you could be my favorite character, Stig of the Dump. Stig of the Dump. That sounds like something familiar. You all enjoyed Stig of the Dump when we read it. Didn't you? It's about a boy who finds the real cave boy in a pit. Remember? Miss Simons sounded determined. There are lots of characters you could be. I don't want to see you all dressed as pop stars this book day. At playtime, everyone decided which character they were going to be. One boy said, "I'm going to be a football player." The other boy said, "Me too." Another boy said, "A soccer star would be good." The different boy with his friends shouted, "A top goal scorer." The girls, "I'll be a princess, so will I. And me, and me." Another boy asked, "What will I be?" Tig hoped nobody was going to remember the costume he wore last year. He didn't need anyone to remind him. How could he forgot? His mom had gone to lots of trouble to make his costume. She always tried best at things. She made him a tiger costume, but she made one tiny mistake. Can you spot it? This was Stig's costume. He even had a banner saying how the tiger got its spots. That's the problem. The tiger had spots all over it. Kev and Katie had been quick to notice the mistake. They always picked on Tig. Kev said tigers don't have spots. And Katie said, "Spotty tiger, ha ha ha." Even Tig's friends gave him a hard time. All day long, they went on about it. One of his friends said, "Spot is a mistake." The fairy said, "Go get him, Tiggy Tiger." And then another friend said he was dressed up as nothing. He wasn't wearing a costume. And he said, "Roar." That's how he got his nickname, Tig. But after a while, he started to like it. And I like my grab book. Tig wanted to wear his football kit for the book day. For the book day competition this year, he didn't want to look different again. But when he got home and told his mom, she had other ideas. She wanted him to wear something special. Just look at it. There's a straw hat, a frilly blue shirt, a velvet trouser, and shiny shoes. With a big shiny buckle. And don't forget about a silky belt. Just here somewhere. Don't forget about a silky belt. Your auntie had this in the loft, said Mom. I promise we'd look after it really carefully. It is a little boy blue costume. I can make it fit you. That's not really being careful with it, is it? As she tugged and tweaked at the costume, she sang the song, Little boy blue, come blow on your horn, the sheep in the meadow, the cows in the corn, but where is the boy looking after the sheep? He's under a haystack, fast asleep. Tig wished he was under a haystack. He knew Catty and Kev would do. He knew what Catty and Kev would do after he knew what Catty and Kev would do after they saw him in the costume. He could just imagine it. Chapter 3: The Perfect Plan. That night, Tig had nightmares about the little boy blue suit. He couldn't stop worrying what he'd do. There were only 3 possible plans he could think of. Pretend to be sick and stay off school. That's a bad thing. Hide in PE cupboard all day. That's a naughty thing, Tig. Or run away. None of these options sound well. Then Tig had a much better idea. It was perfect. And at last he could fall asleep. I wonder what that plan is. Better not be running away. In the morning, Tig put on his little boy blue costume, picked up his sports bag, waved goodbye to Mom, and set off, but he didn't go far. He had his plan. Okay, 1 second. Just a second, please. Okay, go. He crouched behind the hedge at the end of next door's garden Then he took out his football kit carefully, very carefully. He took off the frilly blue shirt. He folded it to put it in his bag. Have you guessed the plan? Let's see. I don't know. Yes, Tig was going to wear his football kit. Ha! Silly Tig. Truly, that's a smart thing, Tig. Yes, Tig was going to wear his football kit as his costume for book day. Then he was going to change back into the little boy blue costume just before he went home for tea with Mom. That was a very clever plan. Nobody would laugh at him, and he wouldn't hurt Mom's feeling. Nothing could go wrong, could it? Do you see the thing that went wrong in here? Let's see. Tig had just put the last bit of the terrible blue costume into his sports bag when he heard a growl. He looked around, and what did he see? It was a dog from next door. Grrr. Tig was a bit scared of this dog. In fact, he was terrified of it. It had shiny, sharp teeth. It had slobbering jaws. It had feet as big as frying pans. Frying pans are quite big. And it had a very nasty look in its eyes. Just look at him. He doesn't look like a cute puppy to me. It looked at him, then it snapped its jaws shut and came towards it. Should have done that. Okay. Wait a second. Where is this one? Just give me a second. Okay. Just a second. I think I missed the page. Tig didn't wait to find out if the dog was feeling friendly. He was off and running for his life. If a dog snapped his jaws in front of me, I would run for my life as well. Clenching his bag, he ran through the hedge, then through next door's composite heap. Ew. Through a garden pond. Disgusting, Tig. Over a strawberry patch. Strawberries are delicious. You can take this. Through another hedge, and there he was. Where was he? In a school playground, wearing only his underpants. That's embarrassing. He was also wearing quite a lot of pondweed, some mud, bit of straw, twig, and some grass cuttings. This is what he looked like. That's disgusting. Look at his shirt hanging from there. Could it get any worse? It can. says. Chapter 4. Phew! Yes, it could. He had been seen. A group of people came towards Tig. They were staring at him and pointing. It was just like his nightmare. He could see Katie and Kevin and his teacher, Miss Simons. He was in trouble, deep trouble. Or was he? Let's see. First to speak was Kev. Phew, he said. But before he could carry on, Miss Simons butted in. Yes, she said, you look just like the stick of the dump. Brilliant, fantastic, different. Fantastical. All the other kids were football players. And princesses. They stared at Tig. Then one princess said, cool. The other soccer player said, great idea. Then another princess said, yeah. Even Kev looked impressed. In fact, Kev said, great idea. And of course, Tig won the prize. It was an enormous box of chocolates. Yummy. He took them home, had a bath, changed his clothes, and gave the box of chocolates to Mom. She was, look at him all dirty with a prize. She was pleased. You've looked after the costume so well. It looks as good news. She said, it looks as good. She was pleased. You looked after the costume so well, it looks as good as new. She said, why, it almost looks as if it had been never worn. Then she smiled and ate a chocolate. Nutty, but nice. She laughed and gave him a big hug. Aww. And who doesn't like nutty chocolates? Let's see Tig's different costumes. The embarrassing costume. It had a straw hat, a frilly blue shirt, a silky belt, velvet trousers, big shiny buckles, and shiny shoes. That's embarrassing? Well, look at this prize-winning costume. Twigs, leaves, pondweed, bit of straws, underpants, grass cuttings, and mud. That's a prize-winning costume, all right. Well, that's it for today. We gotta read this. Come on, we're reading the whole book here. Tig never tried to get in trouble. Come on, it's just a reminder about how this book is. You already read it. That's it for today. Bye. I hope you liked the video. If you liked it, smash that like button. And if you really liked it, subscribe. You'll get loads of more videos like this.